I'll go talk to him.
Right on.
Oh, there we go.
All right, check 1, 2, test. Mucky Duck, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I'm Alex Coba, and these are my friends. Thanks for hanging out late with us on a Friday night. We're gonna play some folk Americana songs, some sad songs, some breakup songs, a little bit of happy songs, not too many. You the one I met out east in Carolina. Green eyes, a golden heart, and a gypsy soul. Taller than the pines upon that sugar mountain. Sweeter than the waters flowing in the Roanoke. Queen that I left high in Colorado, raining over me on top of Castle Peak. Was drowning in your blue eyes there in crystal water. Never thought that I couldn't bring myself to leave. You don't have to tell me that I've been on this road too long. You don't have to tell me that I should be home before your memories are gone. The one I held down south in sweet Savannah. My southern belle I gave a ring. Sold my last suit on a whim and a broken promise. Try to give you all of me and everything you ever could have wanted. Don't tell me that I've been on this road too long. You don't have to tell me I should be home before your memories are gone. To me, gets lost when I'm out living in this in between. You don't have to tell me. I already know. You don't have to tell me that I've been on this road too long. You don't have to tell me I should be home before your memories are gone. I should be home before your memories are gone. Thank you guys so much. I love playing with other musicians. It takes really, really sad songs that you write in your living room and they make them sound happy but still sad at the same time. It's really cool. So we're going to play sad songs, but we're going to do it happy today. Jackie lives in Tulsa for only half the week, filled up with a beehive, her words stinging when she speaks. Some days she's down in Texas, most days she's in between. And I'd love her if she'd let me. She said love don't mean a thing. And Jackie, I don't feel right. I keep shaking with the sunrise. Used to look at me like the moon was full. Now you won't look me in the eyes. And Jackie, I don't feel right. I wonder if you still care. 'Cause every time we were home alone, it was like you were never here. Jackie says that everyone dies a little bit every night, and in the morning she's reborn, hoping today she can get it right. She boasts about the universe and how it treats her right. Can't wait to see the other side, but can't pick sides to save her life. And Jackie, I don't feel right. I keep shaking with the sunrise. Used to look at me like the moon was full. Now you won't look me in the eyes. And Jackie, I don't feel right. I wonder if you still care. Every time we were home alone, baby, side, you were never here. Now Jackie's back in Texas and her car's in my drive. Said she'd never leave, with leaving always on her mind. I don't know if she's coming back or if she was ever here. Just a waste of time and all my dimes, it's almost been a year. Yeah, Jackie, I don't feel right. I keep shaking with the sunrise. Used to look at me like the moon was full. Now you won't look me in the eyes. And Jackie, I don't feel right. I wonder if you still care. 'Cause every time we were home alone, baby, it's like you were never here. Jackie, I don't feel right. I keep shaking with the sunrise. Used to look at me like the moon was full. Now you won't look me in the eyes. And Jackie, I don't feel right. I wonder if you still care. 'Cause every time we were home alone, baby, it's like you were never here. And every time I see you lately, it's like you were never here. Thank you so much. We having fun, Houston? On a late Friday night, right on. Anybody else got kicked in the teeth this morning by the pollen? I did. Texas in general needs to decide what season it's going to be in, at least longer than... I mean, give me at least 3 days in a row or something. Shit. Right. So speaking of Houston, I moved to Houston about 10 years ago, just in time to experience the tax day floods and all the flooding and cool random weather that Houston has to offer. But I remember Hurricane Harvey decided to come and visit and hang out for a couple days and not leave. And I was a brand new dad, and I had a kid, and we were sitting in the dining room where I liked to write songs, and the waters were coming all the way up to the door, and they were going all the way back down to the street, and we didn't know if we had to leave or stay. So I wrote this song for him, and it's called The Flood. And it's just about relationships in general starting soft and then getting hard, and then in the middle of a hurricane, if you're with the right person, you can definitely make it out. So this one's for my son, G. This one's called The Flood. I remember, it's fresh on my mind. The kind of storm that could hit you in a moment, change your life. How could we ever have seen it coming? I said, don't worry, take my hand and we can make it out alive. And I will be here when the clouds clear in the morning. I will hold you as the water starts to rise. I could feel it, the flood coming. Your love rushing over me like a wild river. Fireworks and lightning were ringing in the new year. till that sky went dark and the world seemed to disappear. You were the only light before me, the kind of beacon I needed to help me weather the storm. I will be in the clouds in the morning, and I will hold you as the water starts to rise. And I could feel it, the flood coming, your love rushing over me like a wild river. When the water breaks the levee and it's too high to go alone, pull me in and hold me close. We can always make it out when the water comes rushing in. There's no one else in the world I'd rather be swept away with. I could feel it, the flood coming, your love rushing over me like a wild river. I could feel it, the flood coming, your love rushing over me like a wild river. I could feel it, the flood coming, your love rushing over me like a wild river. Your love rushing over me like a wild, wild river. Thank you. I love playing this stage, playing this room. It's such a cool thing every single time, and to be invited back truly is an honor. And it's exciting when you get that email to come back, because at least they like you enough to invite you back, right? I'm doing something right. Get to come back and hang out at the Duck with all you amazing people. And thank you guys so much for coming out on a late show on a Friday. I know there's so many crazy things going around Houston right now with cook-off and rodeo kicking off, and coming and spending time in a listening room is really special, and it's we really do appreciate it. So thank you so much, and I know the Duck appreciates it. So. If you love somebody you know, you will go wherever they go. That's how I got to Memphis. That's how I got to Memphis. If you love somebody you know, you will follow where your heart wants to go. That's how I got to Memphis. That's how I got to Memphis. I know if you'd seen her, you'd tell me, 'cause you are my friend. And I got to find her and find out the trouble she's in. If you tell me that she's not here, I will follow the trail of her tears. That's how I got to Memphis. That's how I got to Memphis. She get mad when you say that she come back to Memphis someday. That's how I got to Memphis. It's how I got to Memphis. And I haven't eaten a bite, haven't slept in 3 days and nights. That's how I got to Memphis. It's how I got to Memphis. Tell me she's not here, I follow the tracks of tears. So thank you for your precious time. And forgive me if I start to cry. That's how I got to Memphis. Oh, that's how I got to Memphis. Yeah, that's how I got to Memphis. That's how I got to Memphis. Thank you. So one of my favorite things to do is co-write with a bunch of talented writers that I know all over the state and all over the country. And this is one that I did with Miss Jonna May out of Waco. She's got a really cool band called the Mayflies. And I just recently last weekend I did the Corpus Christi Songwriters Festival, and it's really cool. You know, a lot of the songwriters who you're friends with and you follow, you never really get to hang out because you're all doing the same thing and you're in different cities all over the place and you're just ships passing in the night. But you get to all come together in a room, and it was really cool. I got to see and hang out with Walt again and just soak up as much Walt as I could, and Libby and Chuck Hawthorne, and it was really cool just reminding yourself why we love doing this and why we love being on the road. And we can vent to fellow songwriters and people on the road because they get it, so you can speak freely. So it was really cool seeing everybody there last weekend, and it's a really great festival. And it's a really good thing that the city of Corpus they're totally behind it now, and they did a proclamation the day before the festival kicked off. And if you've ever been to Corpus, you know it wasn't really always like the most music-friendly place in the world. it is now, man. There was tons of people downtown. It was really cool to see so many people walking around downtown Corpus and just soaking up live music and songwriting. So, this is a co-write that I did with Miss Shauna May. It's called Easy. We're part-time kids in a grown-up world with a full-time list to do. Even though I don't know quite where I'm going, I wanna go there with you. 'Cause you come around and baby, I know it. There's always a smile here on my face when I hear the sound of you pulling right back into my driveway. Baby, you make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy. We're part-time lovers and always friends, occasional enemies. And we'll start full-on fights just to watch them and never too gone after we leave. And baby, you know that when you come showing, there's always a smile here on my face when I hear the sound of you pulling right back into my driveway. Yeah, you make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy. To open my eyes and close them at night, every time that he owes me mine. You're so calm, collected and cool. You've stolen my heart and now I'm taking my time with you. Baby, you make it easy. 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 Thank you, guys. So I've been in Houston for about 10 years, but I grew up in the Rio Grande Valley. I'm originally from Harlingen, Texas. Way, way, way down south. And I was fortunate enough to grow up in a farming family. One side of the family did the farming, the other side of the family did all the trucking during harvest season, and got to really experience what it was like being out in the South Texas heat. The real South Texas. People say South Texas and they talk about San Antonio. That's not South Texas. You still got about 5 more hours to go and about 20 degrees hotter. So I grew up in the South Texas, way down by the Rio Grande River. And I remember I was about 13 years old and it was harvest season, and I was talking to an uncle of mine who was a firefighter at the time. And he grew up the same way that I was growing up at the time, and he had a full-time job, and we're out there in the middle of harvest, and I'm asking him, like, hey man, you know, I have to be here. I'm 13, I don't have a choice. And you're here, I know you're a firefighter. Like, this sucks, why are you here? And he's like, well, you know, sometimes as men, we do things just so that it's enough. And I never really understood what that meant until I became a dad, and it clicked. So many years later, it clicked, and I remember him sharing those few words of wisdom with me. And I remember early mornings with my grandparents while they're getting ready to leave the house and go work the field and do all the things so that it could just be enough. So I wrote this song for both sides of my grandparents and kind of envisioned what it was like early in the morning with them when they were alone, and all the things that married couples do to make sure that their families are okay. And this is off that first record that I put out a couple years ago with Bill Small and the Mysticaros. And it's called Enough. Honey, I'm going to try and sell a load of something that I harvested early in the morning before you were up. And I left some coffee warming for you in the pot, 'cause I know you'll need it first thing in the morning when the kids get up. And would you say a little prayer that it yields just enough to be enough? If you don't mind, dear, could I ask you for another day where you keep it all together and pray for clear weather while I'm away? And I know this season has been harder than the one before, but I'll work it even longer to try to one day fall. Not to have to say a little prayer that it's enough to be enough. Enough to make it through another long winter and try to help my brother out. His farm has been in better days than it's in now. If we can make it to another hot summer, it'll be our Independence Day, when we won't have to worry if the kids will be okay. We'll just say a little prayer and give thanks that it's enough to be enough. headed home now, and every mile marker seems to serve to remind me of all the little prayers you said over the years, that my truck may make it and I can somehow outrun the storm, and that all this time away from you is worth fighting for. So won't you wear down another couple beads on that rosary for me, and pray that it's enough to make it through another long winter, and try to help my brother out. His farm has been in better days than it's in now. If we can make it to another hot summer, it'll be our Independence Day, when we won't have to worry if the kids will be okay. We'll just say a little prayer and give thanks that it's enough. We'll just say a little prayer and give thanks that it's enough to be enough. We'll just say a little prayer and give thanks that it's enough. We'll just say a little prayer and give thanks that it's enough to be enough. Thank you, guys. You guys need anything? We good? It's cook-off. Whatever. It's all right. I'm sweating it out up here anyway. We're good. Thank you guys so much for making the drive. This is my adopted mom and dad over here, the Wallace family, all the way down from, you guys in Pasadena, right? Further south, somewhere around there? Still a drive. I met them at, we met in Red River, right? Red River, New Mexico. I'm telling you, Red River and me and my songwriting career have definitely been intertwined. I attended the Red River Songwriters Festival a couple times, and I attended the song camp that they had. And when I decided that I wanted to try and be a songwriter and kind of figure out this whole thing, I was really thrown way into the deep end at this camp with writers like Walt Wilkins and Drew Kennedy and Josh Grider and Susan Gibson. And you show up to this camp and you're like, I'm gonna be a songwriter and I think I got some really good songs. And you sit down in a room with writers like that and you're like, I hope nobody hears any of these songs ever. And I gotta go home and practice and really figure out if I can do this or not. But I fell in love with Red River, New Mexico, and I fell in love with all of those folks that were there that weekend. And I've met so many wonderful people out of Red River and by way of the Red River songwriters. I think Walt Wilkins is definitely like the Kevin Bacon of the Texas singer-songwriters. Like, so yeah, there's six degrees somewhere there. You know Walt, and whoever knows Walt and hangs out knows you somehow. And I appreciate so much all of the Red River songwriters for their time and being so very kind to new writers and teaching us and showing us the way and letting us study everything that they do, and hopes to one day put enough songs together to play rooms like this. So, very cool. Darling, no regret, and I'm so glad we met. And love is not a test. I'm glad that we said yes. Darling, no regret. You know I love you still, and I always will. Even though we made a mess, I'm glad that we said yes. Darling, no regret. Oh, and darling, no regrets. Oh, and darling, no regrets. Darling, no regrets. And here's to your success, and may your days be blessed. I wish you every happiness. Darling, no regrets. Oh, and darling, no regrets. Oh, and darling, no regrets. Oh, and darling, no regret. Oh, and darling, no regrets. Oh, and darling, no regrets. Oh, and darling, no regrets. no regret. Oh, and darling, no regret. Oh, and darling, no regret. Thank you so much. So I'll tell you a funny story how this song started. And it's not the real story of how the song started. It's the story about how the song made its debut at Main Street Crossing in Tomball. I wrote this song. I was in a relationship with this very nice young lady, and it didn't really work out. And it was at that stage at the end where you just don't know if it's gonna work out, and you're kind of playing that back and forth of the text messages and the calls and the I just called to check on you, or I'm gonna like something that you put on social media just so you know that I'm still here. And I had the idea for the song, so I wrote this song and I put it all together, and I had an intro for the whole song, and I was gonna debut it at Tomball, and noticed halfway in the middle of the show, before I introduced the song, that her parents and their friends had bought the table like right in front of the stage. So I had to scrap the whole intro to the song. I was like, nope, we're not doing that today. So now this is the story behind the song, is that I almost introduced the song spilling all the tea about what happened in their relationship with their daughter. This is going to be a new single that'll be out. I'm working with Chad Malden and Malden Productions. That time when you thought that I was sleeping, I heard you tell your mom on the phone that I could never give you what you needed, and maybe you'd be better off alone. Maybe I forgot about your birthday, got a little lost on my way home. And maybe I don't ever say the right things, and maybe I don't listen, 'cause I already know if I'm everything you say I am. If your bags are packed and waiting by the door, if the game is really over, then why we keeping score? I don't wanna hear that it needs fixing. You don't wanna hear me stumbling. 2 a.m. I'm too gone to remember. Oh, I bet you won't let me forget. If I'm everything you say I am, if your bags are packed and waiting by the door, if the game is really over, then why we keeping score? If I'm everything you say I am, if your bags are packed and waiting by the door, if the game is really over, then why we keeping score? If I'm everything you say I am, if your bags are packed and waiting by the door, if the game is really over, then why we keeping score? If I'm everything you say I am, if your bags are packed and waiting by the door, if the game is really over, then why we keeping score? Yeah, why we keeping score? Yeah, and why we keeping score? Oh, and why? Thank you all so much. I want to take some time to introduce you to these fine musicians on stage that I have the privilege of sharing with tonight. Mr. Alfred Williford, way over here on the right side. By way of Clear Lake. Yeah. We still don't understand why he makes a commute every single day for rehearsals and all sorts of stuff. He's got an eco-friendly car, he can do it. He's very, very talented, young, beautiful-looking man in that blazer. Zanusia. And his wife is a beautiful singer and a beautiful soul, and they've been so welcoming ever since I was introduced to him. They've let us hang out at their house and rehearse and do all the musician type things. So thank you both very much for sharing this night with me. I appreciate it. I'll share this song. I was talking about Red River, and I wrote this song with a dear, dear friend, Miss Donna Brown. And we attended the camp together. And she's such a beautiful soul. I was telling her how the well was running dry with song ideas. And one day I just got an email, and she goes, I don't know what you can do with this, but this is a story that I overheard, and I have some ideas for it. So we kind of bounced some ideas around, and it's a beautiful thing when two songwriting minds come together and you're able to come up with a song. And she was telling me that she's been in education for many, many years, and she always hears the stories, in the teachers' lounge, of all the things that happen with teachers and their significant others. And this one was this teacher saying that she was with somebody and they could never get on the same page. It was always one way or the other, full one way or the other, like an hourglass. And Donna, being the beautiful, beautiful mind that she is and a songwriter, she took that little idea and she emailed it to me, and she let me kind of have free reign with it. So I came up with this song that made the first record called Hourglass, and I shared it with her, and she has total writer's credit, because without her, the song would never have existed. And it takes that ear and it takes that beautiful mind to be able to bring ideas like that to the table. So this is a song that I wrote with Miss Donna Brown. I know sometimes you feel you give too much. Here I go again and take like it's not enough. In a moment, you might feel empty, like you got nothing left to give. You feel it slipping and getting harder to see who you thought I was, who I said I'd be. And as I'm buried in everything you're giving me, it's getting harder to breathe. When we're lost at our dead ends of the hourglass, fearing everything we give will never get it back. Here we go again and waste some time we can't afford to lose. Well, give me a minute, I'll turn it around, give it back to you. If I couldn't give it all back at once, it might hold you down and never let you up. I find it's the giving, piece by piece, that make up the little things. When we're lost at our dead ends of the hourglass, fearing everything we give will never get it back. Here we go again and waste some time that you can't afford to lose. Well, give me a minute, I'll turn it around, give it back to you. Sit here for a while, collecting dust as we stay mad for a little while, longer than the time before. When you feel empty, trust I am full. And here I come to turn it around and give it back to you. When we're lost at our dead ends of the hourglass, fearing everything we give will never get it back. And here we go again and waste some time that you can't afford to lose. Give me a minute, I'll turn it around, give it back to you. Give me a minute, I'll turn it around, give it back to you. Give me just a minute, I'll turn it around and give it back to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We had a little bit of a late start, but we're going to do a couple more songs for you guys while you're hanging out and enjoying your drinks. And thank you so much, everybody, all the subscribers and everybody that's watching out in internet land. The Duck had such a big support system during the pandemic, and it was really cool to see so many people tuning in and donating, and we were able to do this whole kind of thing remotely. And people watching from all over the world, and it was such a cool thing to support venues like this and support this room in particular, such a special room. And the Duck went right ahead and turned that around, and they supported all the first responders with meals and things in between their shifts, and it was really a heartwarming and a beautiful thing to see so many people come together during a time that we were so unsure of what would happen. And this is a song that came out of the pandemic. I thought 2020 was going to be my year. We had so many cool South by stuff lined up, and I was like, hell yeah, this is it. And then they said, you can't leave your house. I'm like, shit. So you really had no choice but to write and really reflect on why we do the things that we love to do. And this song came out of it, and it's really just about missing this and missing being on the road and being in rooms like this. And it's called Whoever He Is. When I wake up in the blue light of the morning, somewhere between my first and second coffee, it's when I start to miss you. I still can't sleep on your side of the bed. When I finally leave the house and go for that afternoon drive, hit the brakes between a yellow and a red light, I'm still reaching for you and praying to God we can make it out alive. And it's times like this I'm tired of being lonely, scared to death not knowing if you're fine. And whoever he is, he better love you like I would if you were still mine. When the sun starts to set and it glows on your side of the couch, I find myself still looking for that pretty little smile, and I start to break down. not knowing if I'll see it again. And it's times like this I'm tired of being lonely, scared to death, not knowing if you're fine. And whoever he is, he better love you like I would if you were still mine. So I sold that bed and I wrecked that car. I finally threw that couch for sale out there in the yard. 'Cause it's times like this I'm tired of being lonely, scared to death, not knowing if you're fine. And whoever he is, he better love you like I would. And yeah, whoever he is, he better love you like I would if you were still mine. Yeah, if you were mine. And whoever he is, he better love you like I would if you were still mine. Whoever he is, he better love you like I would. And yeah, whoever he is, he better love you like I would if you were still mine. Yeah, if you were mine. And whoever he is, he better love you like I would if you were still mine. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. So this is the first time that we've all played together, and it's really cool to hear these songs. I mean, you know, as a songwriter, you play these songs so many times by yourself and in your living room, and you're rehearsing, and it's they take on a whole different life when you have genius musical brains behind it, and they make me sound a hell of a lot cooler than I am on my own. So thank you to these guys, and thank you guys for hanging out. And I want to thank so many friends that I have here tonight for coming and hanging out. Friends that I've known since we were little babies, you know, 15, 16 years old, all the way down in Harlingen, and coming and hanging out and being reintroduced in Houston and being as supportive as you are. Thank you for coming out. And friends that who are now like brothers to me, who come and support, and dear friends who put up with my mood swings and all the things that songwriters do sometimes and supporting me and taking care of me. I appreciate it. Guessing about a year ago, I set out on the road, seeking my fame and fortune and looking for a pot and gold. Things got bad and things got worse, I guess I know the tune. Oh Lord, I'm stuck in Lodi again. Man from a magazine, he said I was on my way, and somewhere I lost connection and ran out of songs to play. I came in town a one night stand, it looks like my plans fell through. Oh Lord, I'm stuck in Lodi again. Rode in on a Greyhound, I'll be walking out if I go. And I was just passing through, must be 7 months or more. I ran out of time and money, yeah, it looks like they took my friends. Oh Lord, I'm stuck in Lodi again. If I only had $1 for every time I sung, and every time I had to play while people sat there drunk, you know I'd catch the next train back to where I live. Oh Lord, I'm stuck in Lodi again. If I only had $1 for every time I sung, every time I had to play while people sat there drunk, you know I'd catch the next train back to where I live. Oh Lord, I'm stuck in Lodi again. Oh Lord, I'm stuck in Lodi again. Oh Lord, I'm stuck in Lodi again. Thank you. We got a few more. This is another single that we're working on right now. I wrote this song with Mr. Brian Douglas Phillips out of Austin. He's a wonderful singer-songwriter and producer and multi-instrumentalist. And I was so fortunate enough to be in the room at the same time with this song, and it's one of my favorites. And it kind of sums up my entire dating career for the last 15 years. It's called Only Got Myself to Blame. Only got myself to blame. Like a beggar back out on the street again. Like a drowning man who just keeps swimming toward the wave. Hoping that the winds are gonna change. Only got myself to blame. Stuck out in the desert and praying for a little rain. 99 to life and still just counting down the days. Hoping that the winds are gonna change. I swore I wouldn't let her in, wouldn't go down that road again. I swore I wouldn't drop the guard around my heart, but the walls are crumbling. I know better, 'cause it always ends the same. Only got myself to blame. Got myself to blame. She came in spinning out of control like a hurricane. I let her pick me up and just carry me away. Oh, she made a mess of everything. I swore I wouldn't let her in, wouldn't go down that road again. I swore I wouldn't drop the guard around my heart, but the walls are crumbling. I know better, 'cause it always ends the same. I know better, 'cause it always ends the same. You know that I have been here before, and you know that I'll come back for more. I never learned to learn from my mistakes. I swore I wouldn't let her in, wouldn't go down that road again. I swore I wouldn't drop the guard around my heart, but the walls are crumbling. I know better, 'cause it always ends the same. I know better, 'cause it always ends the same. Only got myself to blame. 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 Thank you so much. we're going to end it on this one, and then we'll do the whole on-air, off-air thing for one more. But this is a song. I'm a big fan of Johnny Cash, and I wrote this song about the relationship that he had with Miss June Carter Cash and how crazy it was. I think I read all the books and you did all the research on Johnny that I could because I really fell in love with his story. But when that movie came out, I must have seen that movie by myself in the theater at least 5 times, and it was pretty wild to see just the amount of bullshit that he put her through. And then he completely made up his mind that he was going to be with this woman and just flipped the script. He found God and did anything and everything he could to be with this woman. I thought it was really powerful, so I wrote this song for them. It's called Tennessee Queen. Thank you, Mucky Duck, for hanging out. I'm Alex Coba. Give it up for these wonderful, wonderful musicians that are sharing their time. Johnny said, June, I can be your one and only if you would be my Tennessee queen. I quit going down to Memphis, stop drinking with that boy they call the king. You might think I'm crazy, but I swear that I'm crazy for you. And if it takes forever, I swear I'm gonna marry you. 'Cause I found some light that was buried down deep inside of me when I found faith in prayer instead of amphetamines. And I live every day to be that man you know that I can be, if you say you'll be my Tennessee queen. June said, John, I can be your one and only if you promise you can be my man, like a rock that stands out on that raging water. I need your strength more than that man in black. They might say we're crazy, heaven knows that it might be true. But if it takes forever, I swear I'm gonna marry you. I found some light that was buried down deep inside of me when I found faith in prayer instead of amphetamines. And I live every day to be that man you know that I can be, if you say you'll be my Tennessee queen. Found some light that was buried down deep inside of me when I found faith in prayer instead of amphetamines. And And I live every day to be that man you know that I can be. If you say you'll be. If you say you'll be my Tennessee queen. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mucky Doug, for hanging out. Thank you, everybody watching in internet land. We appreciate you. I'm Alex Coba, Alfred, Anushka. We appreciate it so much. I think they're going to do the whole coming off, coming back on. So we'll have one more. And then we're going to do the whole 3, 2, 1 cue. And we're gonna make it as loud as we possibly can in this room. We don't have the chicken wire up today, so don't throw anything. But you know, act like it's pretty wild. Act like you've been at cookout all day and you don't have any manners. All right, that signs off. We're gonna grab a drink and then we'll cue it all back. Man, I really can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys hanging out, and I love this room. When I get that call, thank you.